Now on CoastTV News.
No more tents. Those previously staying in the homeless village here have a new home for the winter months.
Shelter Strain with Code Purple up and running to assist the homeless during the cold weather, where the biggest need is.
Housing for the homeless. One committee in Georgetown tackling addiction and housing in town.
And we have some wicked wind chills on the way.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
This is an empty lot off of Route 1 in Lewis that once held the Tharros village. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with one village shut down as another shelter opens up.
Just days ago, Tharros Village sat here on the site of the old Troop 7 building off of Route 1. The village was home for 28 homeless women and men. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Lewis. And Emma, the tents are gone and the village is closed.
Maddie, now people that were living in those tents can sleep here. I'm at St. Jude's Church in Lewis. 14 men can sleep here each night. Take a look at the cots here behind me. This overnight shelter opens at 8 p.m. And for the women, it's the same situation over at Lutheran Church in Rehoboth Beach. And it's all part of Code Purple at the Cape. This empty lot off Route 1 just days ago looked like this. Called Tharros Tent Village, it served as a community for 28 homeless men and women. Now it's closed for the season, and people that slept there, plus others, will now stay at St. Jude's Church in Lewis for the men and the Lutheran Church of Our Savior in Rehoboth Beach for the women. Jean Trainer, who is a volunteer with Code Purple at the Cape, says they expect the demand to increase as the weather gets colder.
To know that you're truly helping somebody avoid potentially death just from freezing in the brutal conditions means everything. I mean, it's not just the warm bed or the warm meal, but it's also just the safety of knowing that you're in this building, being supervised and managed by a couple overnight hosts.
One of the guests staying at the shelter is Albert Lee McCoy III. He says before the shelter opened this week, he was camping outside wherever he could.
It makes you feel better as a person to know that you could go inside of a place with a roof over your head, to be a little bit more safer than being out on the streets and sleeping on the pavement streets.
With tents packed away and shelter doors now open,
they're coming in through these doors.
Code Purple shifts into its busiest and most crucial time of year. These overnight shelters will stay open through mid-March before the transition back to Tharros Tent Village ahead of the warmer months. And volunteers tell me because 1 to 2 supervisors are needed here each night, they're always looking for volunteers to help with that, among other roles. Reporting live here in Lewis, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
And the cold winter-like weather, it is setting in, and with it the need for shelter and food for the homeless, it increases. Code Purple locations now open for the winter, but CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows that these shelters can only continue with help from the community.
As of December 1st, all Code Purple shelters are open to provide emergency nighttime housing for the homeless through March 15th. Code Purple in Sussex County, operated by Love Inc., opens every night regardless of the temperature. But that depends heavily on volunteers.
If you are willing to give up at least one night in your own bed, you could be keeping up to 14 people out of the cold for another night.
There are 6 Code Purple sites in Sussex County, 2 in Seaford, 2 in Milford, 1 in Bethany, and 1 in Georgetown. Volunteer shortages are most common during the holidays. Donations ranging from cleaning supplies to hygiene products are always needed, and supply levels can be found at lovedelmarva.org.
Even if you can give an hour to welcome people, again, the more critical volunteer position being overnight, but if you can give an hour of your time and just come face to face with these individuals who are just so grateful to be out of the cold.
For CoastTV News, I'm Elisa Weber.
And speaking of the cold, we're taking a live look outside into Ocean City as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Paul, what are we expecting as we move forward into the week?
I want to be very clear and concise on how serious this cold really is. Wednesday morning, it's going to feel like 21 in Georgetown, 22 in Millsboro. It's going to feel like 24, and 23 on Wednesday night. Thursday night, 24. But then Friday morning, here's where we end up. 14 Georgetown, 15 in Ellendale, Seaford, Delmar, Millsboro, 16 in Selbyville. So this cold is a serious situation that's going to get worse as the week progresses. We'll talk about the rain in our main weather segment, but till then, bundle up, take the cold seriously. Back to you.
Homelessness in Georgetown is being addressed by a new committee. It looks at how to improve existing supportive housing facilities like shelters, recovery homes, and pallet homes. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. Brandon, in tonight's meeting, they're addressing addiction and 911 calls to supportive housing facilities.
Charlie, tonight's meeting is still happening. It started at 4 p.m. here in the Georgetown Town Hall. So far, District 37 Representative Valerie Jones-Giltner spoke about the need for a family homeless shelter here in Sussex County. And one group member mentioned the direct correlation from state services here in Georgetown to the increase in homeless population. The committee has been given 6 months to study the needs of housing within the homeless population to then report back to town council. Some people who are struggling with homelessness say homeless people themselves need to do more. Other community members agree, but say it just can't be a handout.
Probably try to help them, get a little building fund for them and stuff like that, but they got to be willing to help themselves too.
Not these pallet, villages and stuff. They need to be put into apartments or, something, not just a makeshift home like that,
The committee just spoke about the need to define affordable housing more, not just here in Sussex County, but statewide, and for developers to set aside a few homes in major developments for people with low income. Live in Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
And this brings us into our Coast TV poll for the evening. We want to know, what should be Georgetown's top priority when it comes to homelessness?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 48% say affordable housing, which Brandon just mentioned they were discussing. 22% say public safety response. 20% say mental health support, and 10% say more recovery homes.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttv.com or use the mobile app. A new diesel hybrid vessel that is one step closer to joining the Cape May Lewis Ferry fleet when construction plans to begin.
Widespread rain for today, but big-time cutting cold with wicked wind chills on the way.
But first, escalating tensions between the administration and members of both political parties over Venezuela boat strikes and how potential attacks are on land. Up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Ratcheting up the intensity surrounding airstrikes on alleged drug boats, President Trump threatens to strike alleged drug traffickers on land in Venezuela, too.
This all comes as the fallout over the now confirmed second strike on a boat the administration claims was carrying drugs.
As NBC's Ryan Noble shows us, lawmakers on both sides want answers.
It's nice to be with you.
President Trump defending his administration as lawmakers ramp up scrutiny and question the legality of a second strike on an alleged drug boat near Venezuela in September.
I can say this, I want those boats taken out, and if we have to, we'll attack on land also, just like we attack on sea.
The second attack coming after two people survived the first strike, according to a U.S. official and a source familiar with the Pentagon's actions. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the cabinet meeting today, doubling down on attacks on boats the administration says carry drugs.
We've only just begun striking narco boats and putting narco terrorists at the bottom of the ocean because they've been poisoning the American people.
The White House says that Admiral Frank Bradley ordered the second strike. He was the head of the Joint Special Operations Command at the time.
A couple of hours later, I learned that that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do, and by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
But the Washington Post reported that Bradley complied with an order from Hegseth to, quote, kill everybody. NBC News has not confirmed that. In September, Hegseth told Fox News he watched the strike live.
We knew exactly who was in that boat, we knew exactly what they were doing, and we knew exactly who they represented.
Now lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are looking into whether the second strike constituted a war crime.
I think both strikes are actually illegal. I don't think you can just name people and say, well, they've got drugs. Well, where's the proof? That's an allegation.
With both the House and Senate starting investigations into the so-called double tap.
I'm not going to prejudge any of that. As you know, both of the Armed Services Committee and the Senate and the House will be having hearings on this to review, and that's their role.
The ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee says that he is expected to get a briefing from Admiral Bradley soon. Meanwhile, Secretary Pete Hegseth is expected to speak with lawmakers as well, according to two sources. Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Washington.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast after this.
The rain is getting out of the way, but watch out for these wicked wind chills. Ocean City, 46 with 15-mile-per-hour winds, and temperatures will slip into the mid-30s with cloud cover in place. But we're in the 40s right now, 44 in Rehoboth, Indian River Inlet, Bethany, Dagsboro, Millsboro, Milton, just as an example. But the winds will be the problem combined with this cold. Small craft advisories active along the Atlantic side of the Delmarva Peninsula, bracing for 25-mile-per-hour winds and even windier and dangerous winds. Gale force winds on the other side near Smith Island going up towards Bucktown. That's 45-mile-per-hour winds. Now, as far as what's happening here, we have the rain that's pulling out of the way, but take a look at some of the rainfall totals. Up to an inch at Harbison and close to that, just over that in Ellendale. Another listing, close to an inch for us in Laurel, Georgetown, and we're looking at over an inch in Indian River Inlet. 1.14 for us in Ocean City, just over a quarter of an inch at the official site in Georgetown. For Wednesday, winds out of the northwest. You notice that's the theme that's happening here. Out of the northwest, up to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, we start off below freezing. Then by the afternoon, sunny and 42, but it's still windy. Then for Thursday, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s. And then for Thursday afternoon, we're in the 40s. The wind is the problem because here comes the cold. Wednesday morning, 21 to 22, the wind chill. Thursday, 24, 25, and 26. Friday is when the haymaker hits. Look at this. Feeling like 14 in Ellendale, Milton, feeling like 15 in Georgetown, 17 Delmar, and Shelbyville. So that's why the purple alerts and all the needs for the shelter is a serious matter for this week. Then keep in mind, we're looking out for Friday. There may be a little sneaky shower of snow trying to sneak in by Friday evening. I'm going to monitor this because I'm not buying it just yet, but I'm just letting you know from me to you. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast. Look out for that cold weather because it's here to stay.
Thank you, Paul. On your screen now is a new diesel hybrid vessel that is one step closer to joining the Cape May Lewis ferry fleet. That's according to the Delaware River and Bay Authority. Construction on the 75-car vessel is planned to start early next year, and it would be running by 2029.
Coming up tonight on DSN at 8:30, a replay of Maryland Eastern Shore's men's basketball game against Gwynn and Mercy. Then catch the final score at 10:30.
And it's that time of year again. I love the little jingle. For the Bless Our Children campaign, every year Coast TV works to make the holidays brighter for kids across Delmarva.
The money you give goes to local charities who then buy those Christmas presents. And here is this evening's Shell Brothers Honor Roll.
We really want to thank the businesses, groups, and individuals who have stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000 to the Bless Our Children campaign.
Here's the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amounts given in increments of $1,000.
In loving memory of Stacy Dorsch.
Atlantic Community Thrift Shop.
Boggs Dish Haroon Post number 123.
Ocean City Elks Lodge number 2645.
Clark & Sons Garage Doors. James Maloney.
Eastern Shore Corvette Club Incorporated.
Cape Henlopen and Elks 2540.
Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle.
Sons and Daughters of Italy of Ocean City Lodge number 2474.
Tony Tank Tribe number 149. Midway Par 3.
Inspiration Health Services LLC.
Apgar Turf Farm Inc.
Chesapeake Urology. Doctors Mark Edney, Mark Shimko, Alyssa Gracely, and Jason Smith.
CJ's Beach Base.
In honor of Bill Hickman, Peninsula Imaging LLC.
Painting in America Made Great Again, Earl Johnson Painting.
In memory of Jean G. and John D. Henry.
Mr. and Mrs. R. Dean Goldsboro.
Evergreen Lodge number 153.
Gnostic Family Charitable Foundation Fund of the Delaware Community Foundation.
Emery's General Service of Millsboro.
Willard's Lions Club. Sean Knoll Ways Limitless Worldwide.
Wheels That Heal Car Club.
Chesapeake Waste Industries.
Waikamico Lodge number 91 AF and AM.
Rotary International Lewis Rehoboth Beach Rotary Club.
Preston Gromark FS.
Pocomoke Elks Lodge number 1624.
American Legion Cinnapunxon Post number 166.
Fillmore Day Real Estate Services LLC.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control.
Delaware Improved Order of Red Men and Degree of Pocahontas.
Idlewild Brewerton Club.
Hawker's Supermarkets.
DJ VO Entertainment.
Murray's Residential Service, Dennis and Barbara Murray.
Alan Corman and Son, Inc.
Antique Alley of Bridgeville in memory of Ron Hatfield.
Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton.
ASCP Plumbing and ASAP Total Disposal.
Absolute PDR, Dwayne and Brandy Geis.
David and Luis.
Tylerton Church, Inc. Contractors for a Cause.
Queen City Elks Lodge number 1051.
AccuTrench Contracting LLC.
IV Solutions.
Terra Firma of Delmarva Paving.
Crowley Associates Realty Inc.
ABC Refrigeration Inc. of Bishopville, Maryland.
BYOC Build Your Own Cookie, Chincoteague and West OC.
Corrado Construction Company.
The Caronville Foundation.
Tops Cutoff DJ Services and Recording Studio.
William Porter.
HVAC Services Unlimited Inc.
Shore Fund Tractor Pullers.
Eastern Shore Region Antique Automobile Car Club. Harry and Jenny Davis.
Collins Wharf Sod.
Brittany McKinley, in loving memory of Ava Lee Quinn, Jim and Nancy McKinley.
Missionary Baptist Church.
Selbyville Elks Lodge, number 2173.
King Crop Insurance in memory of Bonnie King.
Sons of the American Legion, number 123. Richard Jordan, in memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan.
Liberty Concrete and Home Enhancements LLC.
Chris Contracting, Inc.
Dagsboro Paint and Wallpaper.
In memory of Cecily Witt.
Dance Conservatory and Ballet Theater of Dover.
O.T. Beauchamp Jr., American Legion Post 94.
We appreciate all of you stepping up to the Shell Brothers Challenge as part of the Bless Our Children campaign.
If you'd like to help, send your card and donation to Bless Our Children in care of WBOC 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801, or you can donate to our website, blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping us lend a hand.
And together, we'll make the holidays this year a very special one.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
The holiday season is here, and so is the return of our holiday house, where we show your photos and videos of your decorations right here on air.
This picture shows a beautiful tree sent in by Donna Hennessy and Bree of Ocean View. Take a look at what we've got here. Just an incredibly well put together tree. Look at the kind of the
I like that ribbon.
The diffusion of the lights.
Yeah.
I like it. I like what we have going on here.
Yeah, I love this. Thanks for sending this, Donna and Bree. And we want to see how you are decking the halls all season long. Send us photos, videos at coasttv.com/holidayhouse. We'll be right back.
Well, the rain has made for somewhat of a raw day, mostly, and because of that cold clamminess combined with the winds picking up momentum, makes it not so great to be outside. But when that clears out of the way, brace yourself because wicked wind chills this way come, okay? We're looking at 42 degrees right now in Milford. We're going to drop to about 36 with partly to mostly cloudy skies right around the 9 o'clock hour for Milford alone. Now, we do have currently small clef advisory that's in effect for Lewis Beach, Rehoboth, down towards Ocean View, Ocean City, all the way down towards Chincoteague. On the other side, the winds are even more fierce with a gale wind warning. Now, the difference is the other side, we're talking 25 mile per hour winds. Here, we're talking 45 mile per hour winds. So that's wicked in and of itself. But the rain is clearing out of the way for right now. Umbrella giveaway winner, Rick Price of Easton. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And by the way, while you're at it, be sure you download our weather app. You're going to need it for the next couple of days in a row. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast, exclusive 10-day forecast. And here's why I say that app might be real handy. We get into the next few days, we're going to drop like a stone with the wind chill factor. Friday morning, we will wake up to it feeling like 14 degrees. And to be honest, if I'm taking a look at my forecasting crystal ball right now, I actually anticipate that getting worse. By the time we get to Friday, we may be talking about single-digit wind chills.
I don't love that.
Just to let you know. So we won't say I didn't tell you early.
Yeah.
Get your cold weather game on.
Yeah, be prepared, start your car early, let
Yeah.
it warm up, do all the
Yeah,
things.
be ready. Thanks, Paul, and thanks for joining us here at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.